Isn't this a beautiful lesson, though? You've probably heard it said or read, or maybe you've read it a million times. It's such a beautiful thought, and those first couple of paragraphs are just so poetic in what they offer us, where it's basically telling us what forgiveness offers in such a beautiful way. And I think we go, isn't it just so beautiful and metaphorical? But it's not metaphorical, it's literal. When it says here, what do you really want in your life? What are you looking for? And I think sometimes we start out with the answers, well, I want a good job, or I want to find a relationship, or I want my body to be better. But then we realize a little bit deeper, what do all those things represent? What does a good job represent to us? Well, I think we have contentment or peace. We're going to be okay. A good relationship would probably end up in a sense of peace about your life. Health in your body, well, you know, you'd be able to do things, maybe just be a little more peaceful. So it always comes down to this concept of why do we want the things of the world? They're really not worldly concepts. That's the only way we know how to achieve them, but they're really something deeper than that. This urge that we have in this world is really the same urge that we have for our spiritual awakening. And that's really what this is saying. Forgiveness gives you really what you're looking for, even though we search outside of ourselves for a lot of stuff. It says, do you want happiness, a quiet mind, a certainty of purpose, a sense of worth and beauty that transcends the world? Well, we want a lot of stuff in the world. But I think at the deepest feeling of it, we want these basic truths. We want something more than the limit, even though we may think we want the stuff. And there's nothing wrong, by the way, with wanting the stuff. The Course never takes away your stuff. It says that awakening, that healing is a gentle awakening, that forgiveness is a gentle process. It doesn't ask you to sacrifice anything. It asks you to simply open your mind and heart. And what I think happens is we become more refining into what is really purposeful for us, what is really meaningful for us. It's not the things of the world. As we go through them, we see a deeper purpose behind the things of the world. You know, in the things of the world, it says in this line, it says, do you want care and safety and the warmth of sure protection always? Yes. And we search for that in the things of the world. But we know it's never going to be found because the things of the world always leave us wanting just a little bit more. Never quite enough. It says, do you want quietness that cannot be disturbed, a gentleness that never can be hurt, and a deep abiding comfort and a rest so perfect it can never be upset? We all want that. We want to feel that no one else is going to upset us. We want to feel that no one else is going to betray us. You know, but people do stuff. People do things in the world. Look at Jesus as a great example of everything that could go wrong with his friends. Do you have good friends? You know, you probably say, well, I pick good friends. I'm not going to have somebody who's going to betray me. Well, I bet you Jesus thought he picked 12 good friends. And they all kind of betrayed him. But he didn't see it that way, did he? He knew that that was going to be, in some cases, the nature of those people and the lesson they were going to learn. And he didn't see it as a betrayal of him. That's a pretty powerful lesson in forgiveness, isn't it? But what does he also say to us in A Course in Miracles? He says, I made the last useless journey the sonship will ever have to make. You do not have to be crucified any longer. You don't have to suffer like I did. If you can understand, I'm showing you that even in the most extreme assault given to man, crucifixion, betrayal of such a magnitude, that you can still extend love. So now do it in the simplest ways in your life. Do it in those small slights that we carry with us from high school, you know. Do it now in these little ways, because what it says to you is the benefit of doing it is so much greater than you can imagine. It opens up this beautiful world to you, this thing that forgiveness offers you and so much more. As it says on that second paragraph, forgiveness, it sparkles in your eyes as you awake when we are moving, are shifting our perception past fear to love. And it gives you joy with which to meet the day. It soothes your forehead while you sleep and rests upon your eyelids, so you see no dreams of fear and evil, malice and attack. And when you wake again, it says, it offers you another day of this beautiful happiness and peace. All this forgiveness offers you, and so much more. What it's telling us is it gives us really a new purpose for our lives.